everybody? Welcome back to We Are the Batman. I'm Mike.
And this is Matthew.
All right. We are back for another round, a 3-episode roundup of my battery light just died. So, oh well. We are back for another 3-episode roundup of my adventures with Superman, episodes 5, 6, and 7. Going back a little bit to episode 5, which was trying to remember which one that was now. I'm looking at the Wikipedia. Oh, it was I'm looking at season 1. That's why I didn't remember. I was like, that doesn't sound right. I'm looking at season 1. Oh, that's right, because episode 5 is the most eligible bachelor one.
Yes, most eligible bachelor.
Yeah, and everybody was freaking out about Silver St. Cloud. I am struggling to remember who that actually is in comics. You got anything?
I don't, but I can wiki it. I mean, I think you're the one that told me who the dude was.
I've got her Wikipedia up here, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's supposed to be. It even has her listed as a supporting character of Batman, so she's not even like, because her whole thing was that she was in Gotham, right? Wasn't that? She was from Gotham.
She's in the Gotham show. She was in Batman Soul.
No, that her character was from Gotham on My Adventures with Superman. Wasn't that like the whole thing? Was that she came from Gotham or something? I don't remember.
I think so. Yes, I think you're right.
It's been a couple weeks. Yeah, voiced by Melanie Minicino. Isn't this great radio, guys?
I know.
This is the best as we're Wikipediaing stuff live on the air. But anyway, yeah. So it's also the episode where Kara shows up for the first time. Because we get her in in her Android 18 cosplay. That was interesting. With a super obvious House of L logo on the vest. Spending the day hanging out with everyone's best pal, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Having kind of a Wonder Woman moment, because when you want to introduce somebody to Earth food for the first time, you introduce them to ice cream. Because that is the appropriate response to your first time having ice cream, which is, this is the greatest thing ever created.
Yeah. Well, I kind of cracked up because at first I was like, why is this a thing? And then I was like, oh no, that's right. Even though this Jimmy Olsen is a lot different than most of the Jimmy Olsens we had in the past, there has always been this Supergirl Jimmy Olsen romance. So I was like, oh wait, I totally forgot that this is a thing.
It was, and we talked about that, I think off mic, where it was like when the episode first aired, but it's like it was portrayed weird in Supergirl because of how they changed Jimmy Olsen, and it just made it kind of textbook TV. It didn't have the same charm to it. Part of the charm is that Jimmy Olsen's just kind of a goober, and Kara is just a fish out of water. So I always love, I don't know why I love it, but I always love that the wordplay that sometimes happens with the paper being called the Daily Planet, because when it's I'm the leader of the planet, or welcome to the planet, it's like I don't know why I love it, but I love it. It tickles my funny bone in just the right way. It's great.
Totally fair.
But we get a different take on Kara than I was expecting, which is kind of how the show goes. I don't know why I'm surprised, but Kara's basically been brainwashed and raised by Brainiac.
Yeah.
Primus Brainiac is what she called him,
which isn't revealed until the following episode.
Yeah,
but
she initially calls Primus, and I'm like, who the fuck is Primus?
Yeah. See, and this is one of those times where I that one day we were looking up the episodes and I read the quick descriptions. I wish I hadn't, because I knew she was going to turn.
Gotcha.
And it was like, I wish I didn't know, because that moment when she just like bust down the door and is like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a warrior. You little blah, blah. And I was just, it's like, man. And then
the look on my face, dude, I was like, oh no, this is so bad.
And then when she does her in the suit looks awesome.
Yeah, the black Kryptonian suit. It's good look.
And the big thing for me is
I like the headgear. Weirdly enough, didn't hate it.
I like when you do something different with technology. So those things come off and it intensifies her lasers.
That was some serious anime bullshit, but I was kind of here for it.
Yeah.
Kind of the same way that Clark's ice breath looks like that meme from 2005 that I showed you.
Yeah.
The big lips going, "Wah!"
No, but it's also like you're saying, this is all in line of what they're doing. We've seen the Kryptonian tech looks completely different than it's ever looked before.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the thing with like I thought Man of Steel did a really good job of this is something completely different.
It's making it look as alien as possible. Like
Yeah.
to set us like this is not well, because even the original Donner movie, like I didn't like the look of Krypton, that everything was that weird
Ice.
holofoil ice thing.
Yeah.
But at least it was, yeah, it was
It was
different.
different.
Actually, I say I don't think we've ever really had a bad interpretation of Krypton, really. Now that I honestly think about it, even on the animated show, it was shown. I mean, it was pretty alien. So they've I think we've always kind of nailed that as far as making Krypton feel alien. But you are right. Like this and Man of Steel. Whoa,
Yeah, it's just
this
completely.
is like it's so cybernetic.
Yeah.
It's so cyberpunk Blade Runner, kind of stuff that I was not expecting.
Yeah, and
It's
then
angular.
well, and I liked, definitely love the whole she's the villain at the end of that first episode she appears in.
Yeah.
And then in the sixth episode, you get this like she isn't the villain. You're not sure because she just
Yeah.
wanted Clark to be who she wanted him to be. But then, like the one that cracked me up is when they go out in space and he's like, "How do I get a face mask?" And then his suit just creates it. And then she's like, "Mine's not working." And then she's like, "You dummy, we're Kryptonians.
We don't need
can."
to.
Yeah,
We're good.
which is a pre-crisis thing that Superman can be in space without anything.
Because I grew up most of what I know about Superman, I honestly got from the Superman animated series. Because again, like we've talked about this before, like I grew up at a time where it was hard for a kid my age to read comics because most of them were geared towards adults. And my mother wasn't going to let me read most comics because they were geared towards adults. So Superman the Animated Series where I got most of my Superman knowledge. So that always showed him in a spacesuit needing oxygen in space.
Yeah.
So the first time I ever see Superman not needing that in space, it weirded me out. It took people explaining to me like, no, that was actually a thing. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay, I feel better about it now. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we get that properly actually introduced into the lore with this.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool. But again, like the fact that his suit does things he doesn't even know is really cool. The tech, the little thing where he puts it on his head and it's branches out and it gives him the vision. And then like that twist at the end when she takes him to Thanagar and then it's all destroyed and she doesn't understand. And then she's looking at that thing. And then suddenly at the end, you realize like, no, it's you. You've been brainwashed and you've been a weapon this entire
what
time.
A great way of like world building, universe expanding within the DC lore without making this feel like a fan service gotcha moment.
Yeah.
Because you could easily name drop Thanagar and have a bunch of Hawkman lookalikes, or have a Hawkman or a Hawk Girl cameo, or something super on the nose, and they handle their external DC lore with a deft hand in a way that I'm really appreciating.
Yeah,
it's subtle. It's not like those early years of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where they were beating you over the head with the MCU references, where every other line was Captain America this and Thor that.
Yeah.
They're handling it much more subtly, and I really appreciate that.
Like when he battles the three, they turn out to be robots, but the three characters in that arena, and it's like one's from Thanagar, one's a Green Lantern, the other one I can't remember at the top of my head. With
the other one was like almost, well, he was almost see, now I can't remember what they look like off the top of my head.
Yeah, but I just thought it was cool that you're like
they were references to something, and you're right, I can't remember what the other one was now. Shit.
But the idea that means the Green Lanterns exist here. That means Hawkman is somewhere out there, or Thanagar is. I think it's like you're saying, it's that, hey, it exists here. We just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool. And then Do you want to keep going to the next episode, or
keep talking a bit because I'm trying to see if I can find what that other creature was.
hold on. Then the other one I liked was the third episode, number 7, which is Olsen's 11, which great title.
Yeah.
And you get those two guys back from season 1, the ape, the gorilla, and the robot, who are partners.
Yeah.
And I thought that entire, like, I didn't usually, I'm the guy who gets really pissed off if you do an entire episode that is not about the main character. But I think they've done a really good job of, Lois Lane is going on her own journey. The show is not called Superman. The show is called My Adventures with Superman, which means at any given time, it's about Jimmy, it's about Lois, it's about Clark, because it's about their adventures with Superman. It's not Superman's adventures. So
I'm going to show you the image here. So first of all, love the take on the Thanagarians.
yeah,
This was the Green Lantern guy. It was a parademon.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah.
I guess that is a parademon.
Yeah,
mutated
I
parademon.
can't believe that's the one I forgot. But no, by the way, I love how this is almost Court of Owls like the Thanagarian. But this Thanagarian look is dope. Love that. And yeah, the Green Lantern reference was, at first I thought it was going to be like the way he was mutating. I thought it was like Doomsday. Yeah, I was like, what are they doing? But no, it was a lantern. So that's cool. I wonder if it's maybe a lantern of whatever species Doomsday originally was. I don't know.
Well, it depends. Like,
depends on the lore. It depends on the lore they're pulling from. I guess.
Kryptonian.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so I have mixed feelings on episode 7.
Okay.
And here's why. I agree with you. The show is called My Adventures with Superman. Superman is one of 3 lead characters in this show. He's numero uno.
Yeah.
But the show is also about, like, that's why, like, the credits, Jimmy and Lois, opening and closing credits, Jimmy and Lois are front and center. So and narratively, we had to get them there.
Yeah.
And we couldn't do all of that in one episode. So we needed to see we needed an episode of them getting there. Yep. We needed episode 6 and 7. We couldn't sacrifice one for the other. So I get why they did it the way they did. And yes, calling it Olsen's 11, love it. Love a good heist. This was a mid heist. This was not a good heist. This episode was the most anime-y to me from a writing standpoint, where this episode asked me to accept a lot.
Yeah.
This episode asked me to accept and forgive a lot. So strictly from a writing standpoint, this was not my favorite episode.
Yeah.
Not because of like they did what they needed to do. I just don't think it was as well executed as it could have been.
Yeah.
This episode should have been called Olsen's Contrite 11. It was convenience after convenience. This was plot armor, the musical. I mean,
I did like that they brought back his little calculator as he completely depletes his funds.
There's a lot to love in the episode.
Yeah.
Do not get me wrong. The robot and the gorilla, I'm so glad they came back, because when I saw them at the end of episode 6, I was like, oh, yay. So like the giddiness. I was like, yay. They were great. They were funny. The stuff with the rogues wasn't.
No,
I don't know. It wasn't. It was just too convenient. Like, she just comes back. Yeah. Like I don't know. It was. I would have preferred to either see. I don't know. I would have rather had Heatwave there along the whole time and had them just lovers quarreling the whole time and working through it together on screen, so we could have that development as a whole thing. That would have been. I would have loved to have seen the growth in that with the two of them. I know they're not the leads, so I know I'm asking a lot here, but if you're having kind of this kind of episode is like, you can kind of fuck around with this episode a little bit, because Superman ain't here. We're not, so
maybe they didn't want 2 gay couples hanging out together throughout the whole episode.
You didn't want to have the whole focus be on an LGBT plus It could possible. Be maybe they were trying to avoid the backlash, but I feel like if that's the case, then I think they overcorrected.
Well, and I thought it was
also,
funny
because they could have just had her texting her the whole time
Yeah.
and just being that girlfriend.
Well, I just thought it was funny because like in the first season when the robot and I forgot their names at the moment.
Let me look it up while you're doing that.
It's hinted at. I think I took it
Mala and Brain.
I took away from that they were together, but they never come out and say it. In this episode, they did because he calls him my hubby or something like that.
Well, I think they used. I think at some point they used fiance or husband or something in season 1. It was in like one line, I think.
Maybe I don't know.
I think it was during the flashback. I think it was during the flashback.
For me, like I'm the one that usually pushes back against that kind of stuff the most. This didn't bother me.
Just to be clear, you push back against when like they're like the beating over the head with it.
Over the top of like, hey, everybody's gay, everybody's gay.
The other side of the overcorrection.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think that
when companies start slapping rainbow logos all over their bullshit for 30 days.
Yes. So the fact that they like it would, to me, again, it was obvious from that episode they were in the first season, they were together, but I don't recall them actually saying it. So I like that they actually said it in this episode.
I could be remembering wrong too, but I thought they did. But yeah, they did. And go ahead.
On the flip, I could have done without the kiss at the end, but at the same time, it was earned.
That's kind of my point. Is like we spent a lot of the episode working through, like with Mala and Brain's relationship, and Lois and Clark's relationship, and also kind of Lois and Jimmy's relationship, but then we got like zero of Live Wire and Heat Wave. It was at the beginning and in the end. It was like I kind of and then they do the thing where, and then they do the Ocean's 11 thing at the end where it's like, well, actually she was in on it the whole time, and I was like, that's less interesting. That's honestly the one that I was the most should have been the most invested in. Because that's the one that we get the moment with at the end.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I'm just kind of meh with episode 7. It's like they did what they needed to do. I just don't think they did it the way I would have done it. So that's more of a me thing than a them with the episode than the problem with the episode.
They turned what could have been 2 scenes into a full episode. You could have just had Kara have to go back and get Jimmy and Lois to convince Superman you need to join us, instead of let's get a tire. Like you're saying, I did have that moment of like, there's no way they can get into space.
Yeah,
there's zero way. You paid somebody.
We've got to tie this A and B plot together somehow, because we've only got 3 episodes left. So now's the time to tie the A and B plot together.
So yeah, I could see what you're saying, but ultimately, like I had fun with it, and dude, this show, it just keeps like that left hook out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like it's just.
I want to be clear. I'm not mad at 30 minutes of a heist in the DC universe. Never mad at that, ever. I also will say we got to get into some of the B and C plots of these episodes. Like we've still been having the HDC forming around Waller in the background through all of this. We've been having the relationship between her and Deathstroke getting strained now that Lex is in there, and Lex had to prove himself in episode 7, and he ultimately does, because we're seeing, because he says we're rolling out, we're bringing Metallo back. Those are the Metallo bots again, and he said I've only got them up to like 3% or whatever with their new power source. I think we all know what that new power source is, Matthew Hasso.
Yes.
Bacon. I think we all know what the Metallo robots are being powered by.
Bacon, like Back to the Future. That's what it is.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Rub some bacon on it. They are being powered by kryptonite. There's no way they're not. No. But Waller even says, like, because Deathstroke's like, oh, look, your robots failed. Guess you suck. And she's like, they were only at 3% and they almost won.
Yeah.
Like, I'm giving you whatever you want to finish. It's like, this is the thing I was worried about with the last, when we had the Lex heavy episode.
Yeah.
I was worried we were going to be like, I said, I was like, how is he already on the same level as Jimmy. I don't understand. But now we're seeing he's really not. He's getting there. They were putting him out as a figure, as a head on a pedestal more than anything else. But now we're seeing he's still got some ladder climbing to do with Waller.
Yeah. No, I really have enjoyed it all. I think they're building something big. Do you want to know the names of the last 3 episodes?
I'm looking right at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking right at them. I don't know what any of that could possibly mean with this show, and I'm done predicting because I don't know. I don't know, man. Anything could happen. Doomsday could show up next episode. Yeah. Zod could show up next episode. I mean,
because
we can find the shrunken city of Kandor next episode. Anything could happen, man.
Well, because that's the thing is, remember, the first season ends with, well, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I almost have to go back. Was that Zod and Brainiac, or was it Supergirl and Brainiac?
Oh, snap. Shut the front door. You just blew my mind wide open.
I think we need to go back.
Here I'm looking. So I'm scrolling up on Wikipedia and I'm reading the plot back. It says, across the universe, Brainiac informs an armored Kryptonian warrior of a rebellious Earth as a new planet to conquer. The undeterred warrior vows humanity will kneel. Remember, his last line is, "They will kneel."
Yeah. Okay, so maybe it was.
You don't drop, because he also refers to the other thing as Brainiac. So we knew the floating one was already Brainiac. Yeah. But you don't drop the phrase "kneel" in Superman like that if it's not Zod.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then that's just bait and switch.
Okay, no, it is a different suit than what Supergirl was wearing. It is Zod.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's man, I'm so excited for the rest of this season, man. Again, like my reservations with episode 7 aside, like this show still slaps.
Oh no, it's a good show, but you're right. This is definitely anime Superman in all the right ways.
Yeah.
So
and which for me also sometimes means in the wrong ways, but that's again a me thing. Because I don't like the way anime is written most of the time. There's a writing style with anime that doesn't jive with me. I don't know how to explain it. I occasionally I find one that I really, really like, but
it's kind of like the Batman, the cartoon from 2003. Like, they stylistically made it manga. It wasn't really an anime. This is that stylistic anime with the tech and the way the action is presented.
This is style and substance anime.
Yeah. But it's not the whole Shanae and all that.
Well, except when he does his freeze breath. But I love it so much. All right. So here's how it's going to go for the last 3 episodes while we're here, guys. So the original plan was to do 3 episodes at a time, do the finale live. Yeah. Then Chapoy got sick. We had to miss it. It threw us off. So what we're going to do now is tentatively, the night of Sunday, July 21st, we will do a live review of the last 3 episodes of the season. Since the finale drops Sunday mornings at 9 a.m., that gives us kind of the day, because we have lives and it's a weekend. We usually don't record on the weekends, so that gives us the day to do what we need to do, watch the episode, and get ready to go live later that night. So tentatively, that's the plan, unless something falls apart, in which case we will adjust accordingly. So, but that's the plan. So we are still gonna do it. Just not we're just not 100% on the date yet. But right now we're like 99% on the date.
Yeah,
99.9. So anyway, with that being said, I'm not gonna make any predictions because
I'll be
wrong. I'll be wrong. Anyway, Matt, any final thoughts on these last 3 episodes of My Adventures of Superman?
I think it's just been really good. I really have enjoyed this ride. Look, you've said it. I'll even say it. Like, I never thought a Superman cartoon was something I wanted, and this has been spectacular. If the Batman the Caped Crusader is anywhere near as good as this show, we're going to have a lot of fun with that show.
Yes, we are. We will be covering the first episode of that show the day after it drops. So the episode drops on the whole season drops Thursday, August 1st. We are not binging the whole season, and absolutely not. We are so busy. But we will review the first the pilot episode, the season premiere, the day after, the Friday after it drops on the show. And based on our review, we may or may not give you a full season review 2 weeks later. So keep an eye out for that as well. Lots of stuff on our calendar. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, turn on the notification bell so you know when we're dropping new videos, if a new trailer for something drops. Because that's the other thing, guys. We are in a minefield right now. Because we just looked this up before the show. Comic-Con is July 25th. We thought it was in August. So
yeah,
trailers and we, yes, even as we're recording this today, we have seen the Superman set photos. We have had discussions about them. We will talk about everything next week when we do a full 1 year out. And honestly, with Comic-Con coming up and the shooting going on in Cleveland as it is right now, I am not going to be shocked when we get a short teaser for Superman at Comic-Con, as well as the trailer for Creature Commandos and possibly Peacemaker Season 2. And maybe another one for the Penguin.
And the Batman 2.
And, well, no, they haven't even started shooting yet. James Gunn confirmed on Threads the other day that they aren't going into production until I think the fall of this year on that one. So anyway, okay, that's it. That's everything. That's all the stuff we've got going on. We'll see you guys again next time here. You can find make sure you guys follow the show on all social media at WATB Pod. You can follow me at Mr. Mike Shea.
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. J Ninja.
That is going to do it for this episode of We Are the Batman. We'll see you guys again next time. Same bad time, same bad podcast channel.
Bye-bye.